Perfect. Welcome everybody to the webinar. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and the CEO of Teamzy. I'm very excited to be with you guys tonight. Let me just minimize this so I'm not looking at myself on two screens. Very strange to do that. Have you guys ever done that? Okay, very excited to be with you guys tonight. Here's what we're going to talk about tonight. How to get started right with Teamzy and become a Power Hour boss. I'm going to take you guys through, it's going to be fast. I'm going to take you through setup. I'll show you how to set up Teamzy, how to absolutely use it in the best workflows, crush your Power Hour, build a reliable, predictable stream of customers and new team members, and do it all while loving your business again. We're going to do that as quickly as we can. Sounds fun, right? It's going to feel like you're sipping water from a fire hose. I am going to give you guys a lot, but I am also recording so you can come back and watch it at any time. So today we're just going to jump right in. Two things I want you to know first off the bat about Teamzy is this. One, it's based on the system and principles of relationship marketing. Okay, so some of the things I'm going to talk about tonight may feel like a breath of fresh air to you compared to maybe what you've been told or taught so far in this industry. And I truly and passionately believe there's a better way to do this business than the traditional, cold inviting, burning up your relationships. Everybody's skeptical and guarded about this business because of the approach. I believe that you can do it a different way. Not only do I believe it, but now we've got the results that show that people using the system are getting better results than people who aren't, which is fantastic. So I'm going to be feathering some of that philosophy through as we go. The other thing that you need to understand about Teamzy, it's built on the concept of the Power Hour. Today I'll show you how to be a Power Hour boss. The truth is that you need to leverage your time to be efficient. In fact, you should be able to get all of your income producing activities done in less than an hour a day. With Teamzy, we make that possible, and I'll show you that tonight. Okay, so before we get too deep into this, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to take you through this quick presentation, and then we'll go in and look at Teamzy. Okay, so get started right with Teamzy, become a Power Hour boss. A little bit about my backstory. I come from the industry of business coaching and consulting. That's what I've been doing my whole grown-up life, is helping people build their business. I've been teaching people how to do it by relationship, okay? Now, I got into network marketing myself kind of by accident. I found some products that I used and loved, and they really helped me. I mean, they changed my life, and I was excited about them, and I was just sharing them with people. And it was kind of a thing on the side. Does that make sense? I know some of you guys are like that too. And as a business consultant, I looked at my new business and coached myself and said, you need to go find tools, Eric, to leverage your time. You need to find something that will help you be efficient because you don't have a lot of extra time to do something on the side. Anyone relate to that? And so I went looking for it. I needed a system that would allow me to do everything in 1 hour a day because that's all the time I had. I wanted a way to stay in touch with all of my contacts. Okay, and I'm going to talk to you guys about the importance of staying in touch with people and building relationships. It's the most important thing you need to be doing. And I knew that, so I needed a way to do it. I also wanted to know when to contact them and when not to contact them. In other words, I didn't want to spend all day thinking about it. I just wanted to just tell me what to do. Just put it in front of me so I could get it done. And also, what am I going to say? Does anybody out there like me, you get stuck trying to figure out the perfect thing to say? I just needed to have some things kind of in my back pocket that I could say to get the conversation started. And also a way to follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. I know you guys have experienced this, right? Where you've met somebody and they're interested, they're excited even, right? And as you get a little further down the process, they're not quite ready yet. So what happens? Oh yeah, we'll stay in touch. Next thing you know, they've signed up on someone else's team, right? They fell through the cracks. That's all. It happens to everybody. That's why I needed a system to make sure that nobody ever fell through the cracks. Okay. And so went out. There's one more thing I needed. There was just one more thing that it had to be, and that was it had to be easy to use. Oh my gosh, why are software systems so complicated? I hate using complicated software. I'm not a tech guy, guys. You saw how long it took me to get the Facebook stream started here on this call tonight. It had to be easy to use. And so we went looking for it. I found a few tools here and there that were complicated, ugly. I mean, it can't be ugly too, right? You got to look at it all the time. Complicated, and none of them were based on relationship, and it just didn't exist. So you guys know the story. We built it. We built it. Now you're going to look at it right now, Teamzy. But just to give you some quick stats on Teamzy, in 2 years, we've had more than 50,000 network marketers use Teamzy. And just so you have an idea of the typical results our active users are getting, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Okay, 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Pretty good. Imagine what that would be like compounded over time in your business. Okay. All right, let's jump out of here. We'll give you your action steps at the end. Let's get over to Teamzy real quick and demo this guy for you. Let's see here. Where are you? Boom. All right, so now you're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. Now what you guys are seeing is, we call it our Teamzy standard version. It's kind of the generic version of Teamzy. We've got, I think, 42 custom versions now. So a lot of you guys use a version that's customized to your network, but this is the generic one. So it may look a little different than your Teamzy, but everything works the same. I'm just letting you guys know. We call the team distributors in this version. Okay. You may have a special name for people on your team. Okay. So here's the dashboard. Now let's get it set up first. First thing I want you guys to know, if you're not already using Teamzy, you can go get a free trial at teamzy.com for 30 days. We give you a free trial, no strings attached. Okay, we don't ask for a credit card or anything weird. Just go use it for 30 days, love it, right? And then get some results. Get some results during your free time so that you can become a subscriber and stay with us forever, and we'll help you build your business into the great, the dream business that you want. Okay, so go get that free trial if you're not already on it. When you first log into your free trial, you'll be inside the setup wizard. And I've already dismissed it, but you can get it back right here on the settings on the top right. Okay, setup wizard. All right, I'm gonna take you through this real quick. You may have already done it, but maybe you missed a couple things or you had questions, so I'll take you through it. First thing you can do is sign up for our messenger tips, which is great. This gives you specific things that will help you through your trial, okay? And they sends it through Messenger because we know you don't read emails, right? Okay, next. All right, so here's what we're gonna do in our setup wizard. We're gonna do 3 things. One, we'll set an income goal, okay? And then Teamzy's gonna backward engineer your income goal and tell you what to do each day to hit it. Pretty cool. Number 2, we'll create a powerful why. I'll take you through the process of creating your why. We're gonna demystify it so that you can actually get it done and have a written why statement to help you push through all of those days when you don't feel like doing stuff, okay? And we're gonna import your contacts into Teamzy from wherever you have them all over the place, disorganized. You'll have them in one list, organized and prioritized and ready to rock, okay? All right, let's do it. So we'll set an income goal. When you get to this page, you'll just see an empty box. I put 150,000 in, okay? So what's your goal? Whatever your income goal is, just write it in. This is the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Okay, this is the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now. Now, if you're already making good income from your business, I want you to, this number is the difference. In other words, the income level you want to be at 12 months from now minus what you're earning now. Make sense? Okay, so put that number in. In other words, it's the new business we're going to create. And hit continue. All right. Now, Teamzy's now crunched the numbers. It says to accomplish this, you have to complete a total of 4,348 connects. Now, a connect, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this as we go. A connect is just reaching out and saying hey to somebody, just saying hello. A connect. The idea is just to make someone stay. It's not a cold invite. It's not trying to sell them or recruit them. It's just saying hello and making contact. That's what I call a connect. Okay, so I need to connect with 4,348 people. And I'll explain to you guys what we do with those connects to turn them into customers and team members as we go. So how many of you guys think that sounds like a lot, 4,348? That's a lot of people to connect with, right, in a year. But my goal was pretty aggressive too for 1 year, wasn't it? All right, but here's the thing. The next page breaks it down because when you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? One bite at a time, right? So this breaks it down now into 3 groups: prospects, customers, distributors on my team. Okay, then it takes those numbers and breaks them down further: monthly, weekly, daily. Now I have a goal of what I need to do every day to hit my big goal, which is connect with, and you can see right here, I can connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors on my team every day. That's 19 people. I'm going to show you guys how to do this. It will take me less than 20 minutes to achieve that goal every day. Pretty cool, right? Now, couple things here on this. You can change these numbers. It's just a suggestion, right? You can just write over them to whatever you want. Okay, if you have no distributors yet, you're new, then make that a 0 and add that 4 or whatever it was over to your prospects number. Okay, same thing for customers. If you've got no customers, Great. Make that a 0 and then put them all in prospects for now. You can change these as you go. Make sense? Okay. But I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to put them back. What do we have? It was 10, 6, and 4, right? I like it to be an even 20. That's just me instead of 19. So I made it 10. 10, 6, and 4. Okay. Now you've also got, and again, those are connects. I'll explain that as we go, but they're just making contact, starting a conversation with somebody. We've also got a daily invite goal. An invite is when we're going to invite somebody to learn about our business. We're going to invite them to a business opportunity. We're going to invite them to a meeting. We're going to invite them to an event. We're going to invite them to try a sample, right? An invite is we're talking business. So out of this goal of connecting with 20 people, I'm hoping to invite 3 of them, 3 out of 20. Okay, and I know some of you guys were like, well, why is he counting his connects with his distributors? Because it all creates momentum in your business, you guys. All right. Also, daily ads. These are just new people that I'm adding to my list. So you may have people that you know that aren't on your list yet. You know, like when you look at your Teamzy list, is every human being you know on that list? Probably not. You can always be adding people as you think of them. And then these are new people that you're going to be meeting, whether in real life or on social media. Okay. So you always want to be adding people. Just get in the habit of adding people to your list. Even if you've got a really big list, you always want to get some fresh water in there. Okay. So it's just one of those daily habits that we want you to do. So all of these numbers, you can change them to whatever you like. Okay. And when you're ready, click continue, and your dashboard will now be configured to your goals. So every single one of you is going to have a dashboard specific to your goals. Okay. Next, finding your why. Finding your why. This is so important, you guys. It's so huge. And I know that you guys have been told how important knowing your why is. You've probably been told this multiple times by your upline, by other leaders, by trainers, and it almost becomes white noise sometimes. It's like, yeah, I know. But you need to understand this. 1 out of 2 people in this business will quit in their first year. And the numbers get even higher if you look at it over several years. People quit. And the number one reason why people quit is because, let's be honest, we're all quitters. We're all quitters, you know, and I send out an email when you're in your free trial that says your willpower sucks. And it's to catch your attention, not to offend you. It's to catch your attention because it's true. Willpower doesn't exist. It's a myth. What works is why power. We need a reason. And you just need to understand that human beings, our default setting is to quit when things are hard or boring, right? So we need a reason to persist. The reason why human beings are amazing and wonderful and can be so successful is because when they have a reason, they will persist and continue and persevere. This is why you need to understand what your why is. Now, your why is already here in your heart. You can't see me pointing because of this giant microphone. I'm pointing at my chest. Your why is already here. You need to just bring it out to your mind so that it's in front of you. Make sense? So I'm going to take you through this process. We're going to demystify it for you. We've taken all the trainings in the books and we just made it really simple. We built it right into the Teamzy Setup Wizard. So you can do it and you can lead your team through it easily, okay? Now, the first cut at the why might not be as deep as it will be 2 years from now. You got to keep doing this. At least once a year, go through this process again, okay? All right. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to take you back into Teamzy. So there's 4 questions. First, why did you become a distributor? Why did you join this business, guys? So I'm going to share my story, my personal story, just so you guys have it as an example. Obviously, yours is different. One thing I just want to say, disclaimer, is that I am no longer affiliated with any network marketing company, just so there's no conflict with all of you guys, with all your companies. But I was at one time a Beachbody coach. So why did I become a distributor? Because I found the products helped me, right? I lost 60 pounds. I felt amazing. It was like a new life. And I was so excited about it. People were asking me all the time, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I was sharing the products. I finally became a distributor because my wife smacked me in the head and said, honey, you should be getting paid for that. And I thought, that makes sense, right? And I know a lot of you guys are distributed for the same reason, right? Next question, what do you hope to accomplish? Well, when I signed up, I remember asking my sponsor if he thought I could make $500 a month extra. That's all I wanted, $500 a month extra. He said, yeah, totally, Eric. I think you could do that easy. I said, great, sign me up. That was it. I didn't have this lofty goal of changing people's hearts in this industry, of changing the way business is done, of helping people become more successful like I'm at now. I just wanted $500 a month. That's it. Okay. Next question. Why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? I mean, by the third question, it gets you thinking, I don't know. Why did I pick that number out of the air? Somebody always has a reason. Now, here's what it was for me. I wanted to save it. I wanted to put $500 a month in the bank. Now, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of backstory and what was going on with me, I told you that I came from the coaching and consulting industry. Well, primarily I worked with real estate people. And that business was booming for years. I mean, it was just booming. And then the Great Recession hit. You guys remember that? Yeah, that was a pretty rough time for real estate. And in our business, it was very scary. It was very, very, very scary because 90% of the income that was available to us to get paid disappeared. And I was in a company that was just laying people off constantly. I mean, it was like every Friday we'd figure out how many customers we lost and then lay off the right amount of people. Eventually I was laid off too. And it was, for any of you guys who lost your jobs or had spouses who lost their jobs during that time period frame, it was very scary because it was very hard to to find something else because everyone was getting laid off everywhere, right? And by God's good grace, I did find work. We made it through that recession, but we used up all our savings and we stopped saving. Now, when the recession kind of got better and the industry started picking up, I actually was rehired at my old company and I rebuilt my career. But what's funny is this time around, though I was making more money than ever and I was doing more successful, we still weren't saving a penny, not a penny. Nothing was going in savings. We hadn't saved at this point in almost 7 years. And I thought, wow, if I could save $500 a month, that would be phenomenal. So that was my goal, $500 a month. Save it. Next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? The first thing that I thought was, wow, if I achieved this, then we could buy a new house, right? Pretty cool. I thought we could buy a new house. So we were in a house that was really small. I mean, it wasn't really small, but I've got 4 kids. At the time, we had 2 giant dogs. We have 1 now. The other one passed away. But we were on top of each other. I mean, there was literally a living creature or a pile of toys in every single corner of the house. There was nowhere to go. And also I wanted to come home and start a business from home. And I had nowhere to set up shop. So I just really loved the idea of getting a new house, one with a little bit more space for our family. And so suddenly, guys, in 5 minutes, I went from, okay, sign me up, I'll make a couple extra bucks, to, wow, maybe we'll buy a new house. This would be cool. Now, with the recession, we had gone upside down on our mortgage. And I know some of you guys can relate to that. At one point in the recession, our house was worth $250,000 less than what we owed on our mortgage, which was definitely making it difficult to move. So I needed to save a lot of money. So I just thought, man, if I could just start saving money, I could start chipping away at this. Next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And when I really started to think about that goal, I realized maybe it's not meaningful. Maybe it's kind of a materialistic goal. I don't know. But when I really thought about it, it became clear to me that there was more to it than what I was allowing myself to see. I was kind of suppressing the obvious truth, which was in front of me, which was this. The house was symbolic. It was symbolic. It was a symbol of the family. I wanted a new life for our family. The house was just a place to live. See, at this time, I was working my tail off. Man, I was working constantly. And to the outside observer, I was very successful. I had reached the top of my career. In fact, there was nowhere else for me to grow. I was at the very tippy top of where I could go on my corporate ladder, right? And yet my life looked like this. I'd get up in the morning before the sun rose to get ready for work. My kids would be in their pajamas when I kissed them goodbye. I would go work, come home in the evening. My kids were already had their dinner. They were in the bathtub getting ready for bed. That's when I would see them and I'd put them to bed. My parenting consisted of saying good morning and good night to my children. And my kids were constantly calling me everything but daddy. They'd call me by the name of their teachers. They'd call me mommy. Sometimes they called me grandma. it just came out because that's who they were around. And it was heartbreaking because, I wanted to be a father so that I could be a mentor for my kids and be there for them. And yet here I was doing what I felt like I needed to do as a father, which was work to provide for them. And it was just kind of a lose-lose situation. I was stuck. Anybody ever feel that way? And here I was working, by the way, and not being able to save a dime in 7 years. And so as I'm looking at this whole process of network marketing and this opportunity, which 5 minutes ago was just something I was going to do on the side for 500 extra bucks, something happened. Going through this process of thinking about my why, answering these questions made me realize this, you guys. My career wasn't leading me anywhere, but the network marketing opportunity before me had the opportunity. It was the opportunity that could. It was a chance for me to build the life for my family that I always wanted for them. And the switch flipped for me, and I realized that my career was my side money. My job was going to be my side money while I built our future. Does that make sense? And so all of that thinking, and that's what these 4 questions are to do, just to get you thinking about what you already know in your heart and to get it out so you can spit it out and put it on paper, or not paper, on digital screens, okay? So here we go. I'm going to take you through this, my first why statement. Here it is. And this last box is where you write it, okay? And mine is there as kind of sample. You just write over mine. It's my why, to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. I wrote this why statement down, you guys, and it changed everything. Within 3 months, I was out of my job, and I was home working on my business. Now, where, you may ask? Because I had nowhere to go. I had no room to work on my business. So guess what I did? I went to Home Depot. I bought a shed. You know those sheds they have out in the parking lot of Home Depot? I had one delivered in my backyard on the dirt because I didn't have money to put a concrete slab or anything. Dropped it on the dirt, ran an extension cord out there, put my computer out there, and I started doing presentations and started building my business in a shed. We called it the Shoffice. And then not too soon after that, when we started the launch for Teamzy, we called it the Shed Quarters. And some of you guys, if you go into my YouTube channel for Teamzy, you can find trainings that I did from the shed because we were there. I was in that shed for a year. The bottom line is once my why was clear, I knew what I needed to do. I felt like now I could do it because working, you're not going to work your tail off for a little bit of extra money, but you will to create a life for your family, won't you? You need to understand the why, because the things that will kill you in this business are procrastination, boredom, and lack of visible results. That's what will crush your business. And when those things hit you, which they will, because you're a human being, you need a reason to snap out of it and get to work. And the why will provide that reason. Now, I spent some time on this because it's so important, guys. And without it, I guarantee you, you will quit this business if you don't have a why. Just throwing it out there. It's inevitable. Okay, so do this. Now, whatever you put in this last box, when you click continue, it will publish to the dashboard. If you write copious notes in every one of these boxes, but do not fill in my why on the bottom, it will say that you didn't do anything on your dashboard every day and drive you crazy. You have to create a why statement in this last box and click continue. Okay? All right, next. We're going to get all your contacts in from your back office, from Facebook. So what we want is your team, your first line team, your personally sponsored people. Get them into Teamzy. Next, we want you to get your customers. Okay? Do it in this order. Your team, then your customers, then your Facebook friends. There's some videos here to help you, okay, on doing this. I'm going to skip the wizard and show you. Also over here on Help Center, there's even more. There's more videos, specific things, okay, or you can get them in writing. Now, what's cool about this is we have some instructions for some of your back offices, okay, depending on what network you're with. We have some already. If you would like, let's say you're a leader of a team and you're like, wow, our network needs to have instructions. The way we get those instructions is from you guys. So if any of you guys wants to help us get instructions in Teamzy for your network to help your team, we'd be happy to do it. Send a message to support@teamzy.com. We'll set up a Zoom. You can show us the steps and we'll write them down. That simple, okay? Okay, so you can get all your help here. Also, you can always click this right here, boom, this help, and send a message. My team will jump on it and help you, okay? We'll get right after it. All right, let's get back over here. So there's one more step for setup, and then we're ready to crush our power hour together. Okay, here we go. I skipped this one thing. When you do an import, you'll be on I'm on the team page now where your whole list lives. See, the whole list is here. When you do an import, it's going to automatically set you up in rank mode. Okay, and it looks like this. I'll turn it on right here from this menu. Rank mode. Okay, rank mode lets you quickly go down your list and give somebody a rank from 5 stars to 1 star. Okay, just like everything else that you see ranked by stars. 5 stars is awesome and 1 star is not awesome. Okay, this is important because in relationship marketing, you need to talk more often to the best people. You need to talk more often to the people most likely to help you. Okay, and we do this by prioritizing our list with a 5-star system. This enables Teamzy to automatically create your list for you every day. In other words, you spend a little time doing this once and you never have to set up your power hour ever again. It's done automatically for you. You don't have to think. You just turn it on and connect. Pretty cool, right? Okay, now a couple things. Everyone's going to start out at 3. They're going to default to 3 when you put them in your system. So you really don't need to rank everybody because most of your lists will be 3. You just need to go in and pick out the 4s and 5s to get started. Make sense? Okay, let me show you what these numbers mean, these stars mean. I'm going to click this little question mark. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer distributor, or they're an existing customer distributor that's a rock star. Okay, 5-star people show up on your list every 30 days. They show up on your list every 30 days to connect, just to have a conversation, just to invest a moment in that relationship, okay? A 4-star person, this is somebody likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing, or they're an existing customer or distributor who's a consistent performer. Okay, 4-star people show up every 60 days, okay? So they're still really warm, just not as hot as 5 stars. Now, 3 stars, like I said, everyone starts here because a 3-star could go either way. They could go either way, you just don't know yet, right? So 3-star shows up every 90 days. So even at 3 stars, you're still connecting with somebody 4 times a year. And that does a tremendous amount, that creates a tremendous amount of momentum in that relationship over time. 2 stars are getting colder, they're every 120 days. 1 star is somebody that actually, they're in Teamzy, you can look them up, but they're never gonna come up on your power hour list, okay? So that's the rankings. All you need to remember is that the higher the star rating, the more often you will talk to them, okay? So no matter what happens, those people will show back up. You can't lose them. They can't fall through the cracks. Okay, once you're done setting up all this and ranking everybody, now we are ready to go crush power hour together. Okay, a couple things I want to show you here on this dashboard. The power hour, where the who's up next lists live, it's right here. That's a module in the center of your screen. That's where we're going to work our power hour, okay? Now, before we get there, I just want to show you a couple things. Today's activities, these are the goals that we set during setup, right? To connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors, my 3 invites, my 3 ads. Right now, everything's a 0 because I haven't done anything yet. I'll show you that will change as we start to do activities. Also, if somebody's not on this list today, but you want to log a connect with them or look up their information or whatever, you just look them up right here in the search bar. It's that simple. And that takes you to the team page where all their contact info is, okay? If you meet somebody new today and you want to add them to your Teamzy, you just click this little guy and add them, okay? So easy. By the way, you can do all this on your phone. So if you're meeting somebody, you can real time add them to Teamzy. Oh, let me put you in my contact manager so we can stay in touch. Boom. Great. Okay. Cool. And then dailies, these are just little things for you to stay accountable to yourself for the things that you need to do to be successful in life and business. Okay. All right. So the power hour, let's crush it together. You ready? Great. The power hour has 4 lists: prospects, customers, distributors, that's your team, and follow-ups. Okay. 4 lists. Each time I click on one, I get the next list. Real simple. We start from left to right always, start with prospects. What we're going to do is connect with them just to start a conversation and make their day. I call it the make someone's day mindset. That's all I want you to do on that connect. Just try to make their day. That's it. Get a smile associated with your name. Okay. And hopefully they'll respond and you can have a conversation. So how do we do it? First person on my list is Jay. Now I like to use Facebook Messenger because it has the highest response rate of any form of communication right now. So that's what I use. If I don't have them on Facebook and I can't get them on Facebook, then I'll send them a text. Okay. However, you can log anything in Teamzy. You can log Facebook, email, text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, phone call, greeting card, in person, or other, which covers everything else, right? Okay. So you can log anything that you want, but I'm just telling you what works the best. So I'm going to send her a Facebook message. I've got Facebook open in a separate tab. It's ready to go. Okay, cool. So now what? What the heck am I going to say to Jay? This is where I don't want you guys to get stuck in analysis paralysis. Right here where it says scripts, right at the bottom of the connect box, you go to scripts, choose one for Facebook, okay? And I'm going to connect number 1. I have given you guys tested and proven scripts here in this scripts library of great ways to start a conversation. Just use them. Trust me, they work amazing. So look, there's the first one. Hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. By the way, I love this one. I've used this one thousands of times myself. It works like a charm. So here's what I'll do. I'll copy that script. Okay. I'm going to paste it in here, and then I'm going to doctor it up before I send it. So the first thing I'll do is make sure the name's right? And you can do some emoticons. I don't know. Smiley face. Whatever you want, okay? You guys know what you want. All right, so look, now it's ready to send. So now what I'm gonna do, and I do it here in Teamzy so that I don't make a mistake in Facebook. Now I'm just gonna copy that and get ready to send it. So I'll jump over here, I'm gonna look up Jay. There she is. That takes me to her page. Or it brings her up. Now look, I'm gonna send the message. I've already got this message on my clipboard. Boom, I'm gonna paste it. It's ready to go. See how easy this is? No, look, send, gone. Message is off. I'll toggle back over to Teamzy, and I'm just going to finish logging this. I just need to say that that was a Facebook message and log it. Now watch what happens when I log this in Teamzy. Now it's tracked. Notice I've got 1 up here on the scoreboard. Now I'm going to go to Evangelina, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. In fact, I'll just use that same script probably 10 times to get my whole list done. Evangelia, sorry, get her name right. There she is, okay? So we'll do the same thing. I'll copy this, I'll go over to Facebook, and I'll send it. Okay, and every time I do it, I get another I get another number. My goal was 10, so I'm going to keep going until it says 10 and that circle is complete. Okay, you get the idea? I'm just going to go down the list. Now, people may start responding. Don't answer them yet. Stay disciplined. Don't have the conversations that you're starting until you're done with your whole power hour, okay? Or you'll never get through it. Just send the messages and don't worry about it right now. Just keep going. Keep going down your list. When I'm done with my 10 prospects, now I'm going to work on customers. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to Gail. I'll go get a script so I don't spend any time thinking about this, right? And maybe here's a great one right here, connect with a customer. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? Please send me an update, right? So we'll copy that script. Boom. Okay. So let's just put it here. Look, let's say that this is, I don't know what business you guys are in. I think I saw a couple of Juice Plus people. So maybe I'll say, how are you enjoying your tower? Okay. I don't know, maybe you're Redana Fields. I'll ask him, how's Lash Boost doing for you, right? Whatever it is, you can put it in there. Like, just boom, put your emoticon in, send it to him. We'll send that connect to your customers. Go down your list, bam, 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 connect to your customers. Maybe it's something simple like this. I love this one. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, so you guys see how easy these are. It's just really quick. I just need to talk to you really quick about customers. Wow, look at that. Look at how bright my hand is. The sun is setting right over my house right now. So beautiful. I live in San Diego. Okay. You got to connect with customers. People neglect their customers all the time. They're too busy trying to get the next customer and they forget about the ones they have. Here's the thing I want you guys to know. You spend a lot of time and energy getting a customer, meeting somebody, creating rapport with them, having a conversation with them, getting them to buy something. If you already have people who buy from you, they are worth 100 prospects. Your customers are solid gold. Stay in touch with your customers. Now I'm going to give you 3 quick reasons why you should stay in touch with your customers. I just showed you with Teamzy, it's a no-brainer, so easy. Okay. The first one is providing service to your customers is why you have a business. That's your duty, right? That's your duty, serving customers. You do it by staying in touch with them. The second reason is this. Customers, if you're in touch with them regularly, will buy more stuff. It's scientific fact. If you're in touch with them more often, they will order more. If they're on a recurring monthly order, they will stay on it longer. Your retention will go up and your volume will go up. Just by staying in touch with them, just by saying something like, how can I make your day today? Get your team to do the same thing. Your whole team volume is going to go up the first month. I'm telling you right now, it's just a matter of being in touch with people, being present for them. Okay? That's a good reason, right? The third reason is this. The hottest source for a new customer is a current customer. The hottest source for a new customer is a current customer. Think about it. If somebody's using a product and they love it, what do? They tell other people. Every human being on the planet does this. Anything that you like, especially something you love, you tell other people about it, right? You can't help yourself. What does that mean? It means every one of your happy customers already has found other people who are excited about buying your product. They're already ready right now, tonight. You have to be in touch with them, and you have to be talking to them, and you have to get introduced to the people they're talking to, okay? So stay in touch with your customers. There's actually some great scripts in there on how to ask for recommendations from customers, but your goal is to get introduced. You with me? Awesome. In my bootcamp, which I'm trying not to talk to you about too much because I just want to show you guys how to use this, we actually spend a whole week teaching on how to duplicate, how to multiply your current customers. Okay, where am I? Back to Teamzy. Next, distributors, your team. You got to connect with your team. We call it Teamzy because it's about your team, the family you create, the culture you create with your team. And the bottom line is this, guys. People leave the business all the time, right? Even the ones you thought were going to be awesome builders. They will stay longer if they have a relationship with you, especially as you become more successful. So many people build huge teams, they lose track of their team members. They think, having a Facebook page is enough or doing a Zoom call is enough, and it's not. People just need to hear from you. So if you're worried about the time it takes, now you've got Teamzy. It's super easy. Just go down your list. In our case, the goal was 4. Send 4 messages. It takes you less than 4 minutes, and you're done. Okay? Now in 20 minutes, you've sent 20 messages. Okay? Let's say it took you 30 minutes because you're new. 30 messages in 20 minutes. Now, people will start responding to you. And you can have conversations with them now that you've started some conversations. But before that, we got one more list to do, which is our follow-ups list. Okay. Now, when you're new, you're going to come in here and there'll be nothing on your follow-ups list. It'll just be empty. Okay. So let me explain how you get people onto your follow-ups list. Nobody will ever go there automatically. You have to set them up. You have to set a follow-up on their record. You have to put them on your follow-ups list. So let me just give you guys an example of how this would work. So I send out all my messages. Boom. Now I'm just waiting for someone to respond. They start responding. I'm having conversations. I'm asking questions. As you're conversing with somebody, you need to ask questions, okay? And not like these deep, intimate questions. Oh my gosh, I recently had somebody say, why do you think this conversation didn't work? And they ask these deep, intimate questions. You just start light, like, what have you been up to? Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in 10 years. What's going on? Give me an update on what's going on in your life. Oh, that's amazing. How many kids do you have? Right? So you're just asking questions. Okay. And then you can also, filter back some information about you. You're getting to know each other. Okay. Now, as you're asking questions, you're looking for wants and needs. You are trying to find ways to help this person. It may be with your business. It may not be. With relationship marketing, we're focused on helping people first. Okay. Not getting the sale. Because if we help people first and become that person, that trusted advisor for them, then we know that when they purchase, it'll be with us, right? So don't worry about that right away. You're just looking for a way to help them. So in this example, I sent Jay a message. She messages me back, oh my gosh, what are you up to? Great to hear from you. And we start talking, right? And I'm asking her questions. What's going on with you? She's like, life's good. Well, how's work? It's work, Why? What's going on? My boss is a jerk. Oh yeah, I feel that, blah, blah, blah. We used to have the same boss incidentally, right? Because a lot of people I messaged were former work friends. So we're talking, we're catching up, whatever. She's like, what are you up to? Oh my gosh, life is so good. I can't complain about a thing. It's a lot of work, but I love being home with my family every day. What do you mean you're home with your family every day? Yeah, because I work for myself now, I don't have to worry about going to work or the jerky boss or anything like that. I get to be with my family. So often, guys, the way I transition that conversation is I talk about whatever the pain point is that she expressed to me. I talk about how my business has solved that problem for me. Okay, in a nice, friendly way. That gets her curious. So anyways, long story short, Jay starts asking me questions. I start telling her about my business. I said, listen, Jay, you might be really good at what I'm doing. Really? You think so? Yeah. If you ever want some more information, I can plug you into an event or something so you could learn more about it. In fact, we have one coming up tomorrow night. It's going to be live via Facebook video. I can email you over that link right now. And if you want to check it out, I'll follow up tomorrow and see if you have any questions. She says, oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I could be interested in that. Great. So now, guys, that conversation, it may have taken a few days to get there, messaging back and forth. Now the conversation has moved to an invite. Now I've invited her to something. So I'm going to actually go send her that email. Okay. So let me look her up. I'm going to look her up. Boom. Okay. There she is. So I'm going to log and connect with her. I could actually send an email, which is kind of cool, right? This account's not connected to my Gmail, but once you do, you could actually send it and it would log. Okay, so I'm just going to log it since I haven't set it up. So I'm going to log that I sent her an invite to an opportunity call. Okay, great. Now, what I want you guys to see here is before I log this, see right here where it says invite on the bottom left? This is how I tell the system it was an invite. This was not a default connect. It was an opportunity. It was an invite to an opportunity call. Now, this menu will be different based on your network. Whatever you guys told us you use the most will be here in your menu. You might see some of the same ones. So I'm going to choose opportunity call. Okay. Now it's set as an invite. Now, one more thing I need to do. Were you guys listening? When did I tell Jay that I would follow up with her? I told her I would follow up with her tomorrow. So I need to set a follow-up. See, right now she's a 5-star, which means she'll come back in 30 days. I need to set her onto my follow-ups list. So I'm going to put it right here, follow-up tomorrow. You can do any of these preset days, or you can do a custom date, okay? Either way. All right, so now I'm going to set this for tomorrow. And when I log the connect, now you'll notice that the follow-up is set. If I go to my dashboard, you'll see I have an invite now on the board. Okay, pretty cool. And when I go to my follow-ups list, there she is. She's right there on my list, due tomorrow. You guys with me? So every week, so every day, ideally, I'm connecting with, in this example, I'm connecting with 20 people, I'm inviting 3. By Friday, I'll have 15 people on my follow-ups list, right? Now, it's not as organic as that because it may take you 2 weeks before you start inviting because the conversations have to happen. But by the 3rd week of your free trial with Teamzy, you should have a full pipeline of follow-ups if you're doing this, okay? So then your power hour is going to be 30 minutes of connects and 30 minutes of follow-ups, okay? So how do we work the follow-ups? Let me show you this real quick. It's super easy, you guys. So I'm coming down my list and working my list. I get to Jay. Okay, so I need to follow up with Jay. Now, this is so important. First, let me show you how to do it in Teamzy. It's super easy. And then I'm going to teach you guys the whole philosophy behind follow-ups. So I'm going to come in here to Jay. Maybe I'll go to her activity right here. It shows me our conversation that we've been having. And I can see, okay, I sent her an opportunity call invite. So now I need to do my first follow-up. So I'm going to go back to connect, follow-ups, check this. I'm sorry, wrong button. Scripts, right? And I'm going to grab follow-up number 1. There it is. Boom. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay. By the way, that might be the best, most succinct follow-up script ever. Just telling you guys, 50,000 people using it, and it works like a charm. Okay, here we go. Put it in the same way we did a regular connect. I'm going to change the name. Okay, ready to go. We'll log it the exact same way. Once it's all ready, I'll jump over to Jay. Send message. Okay, boom, send that follow-up. Okay. That's how you do it. Super easy, right? Now make sure before you log this connect in Teamzy, you set the next follow-up. So I'm going to put her back on my follow-up list and log it. Okay, great. So then tomorrow, when I come back again, I'm going to do my power hour, prospects, customers, distributors. I'm going to work my follow-ups list. I'm going to work down that list. I'm going to go to Jay. I'm going to go to scripts. And now I'm going to get follow-up script number 2. Okay? And I'm going to work. I'm just going to use the scripts. Now, let me just talk to you guys real quick about follow-ups because this is kind of an important thing. You know the fortunes in the follow-up. How many times has somebody told you that? Okay, it really is. Now, here, I'm going to give you a statistic you may or may not know, but if you don't know it, write this down. It's this: 80% of all sales happen between the 7th, this microphone's in my way, between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up, okay? Does anyone on this call follow up 10 times on a invite? If so, put it in the chat so we can all see your name and give you a high five. Does anyone follow up 10 times? And I have presented this so many times, and so few people have ever told me, yes, I do follow up 10 times. Usually they're just people who have already been through my training and are working with Teamzy. Here's the thing I want you guys to understand. If you're following up 3 times and you think that's good, you're not even close to 20% of your opportunity. Why is it that 80% of people make a purchase after 7 to 10 follow-ups? Okay, and I know I'm going to explain the psychology of it in a second, and I know why you guys don't do it. One, you maybe you don't have a team, that you don't have Teamzy yet, so you're not organized enough. I mean, how do you keep track of all these people for such a long period of time? But most likely, you're just afraid of being annoying, right? You just don't want to be a pest. How many of you guys, that's you? You just don't want to be a pest. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to follow up without being annoying. Who's in for that? I'll teach you that right now, and then I'm going to explain to you why people don't purchase until you followed up 7 to 10 times. Okay, but first, before I teach you that, I just need you to get a mindset shift, and that's this. How many of you guys believe in your product? Like, you really believe in your product, you love it. You think that it could change someone's life. Or you think that your business opportunity could change someone's life. Maybe it's changed yours. Are you here because of that belief and because you want to help other people have that same impact? Because if that's where your heart is coming from, you're in the right place with Teamzy. That's the way what we believe this business is for. But let me ask you another question. Are you able to change their life if they cannot buy the product or become a distributor on your team? Like, are you able, that's step one, right? That's step one. And if they won't do it until you've followed up 7 to 10 times, 80% of the time, you have to understand this. The follow-up is the only thing you have available to you to help this person. Follow-up is the only thing you have available to you to help this person. And that is why I always say following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write that down, put on a sticky note, put it on the corner of your computer so you see it every day. Following up is an act of love. Not following up communicates that you just don't care enough about this person to follow up with them. That's what not following up communicates. Is that who you are or what you want to be? So you got to get over your fear of following up. But I'm going to teach you how to do it without being annoying. Are you ready? Get your pens out. 2 principles to never be annoying when you follow up. 1, never ask someone to do anything in your follow-up. Never ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you. Don't ask them to RSVP for your event. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up. And I don't care who has taught you that every follow-up needs to have a clear call to action. That person who taught you that is teaching you how to be annoying. And that's your fear, right? Because if you weren't afraid of that, you'd already be following up 10 times. Okay? Don't ask them to do anything in their follow-up because that is annoying. Number 2, make sure your follow-up is sent in written form. Facebook Messenger is perfect. Text is second best. Okay? The last thing you should do is call somebody on the phone unannounced. Okay, that's just a little side note. Don't do that. Nobody likes getting phone calls. It's over. The age of the telephone is over. We use it for scheduled calls. It's just too intimate now. We don't want our phone ringing unexpectedly. We don't like it. It's ruined. It's over. So you're going to send your message in a written format. Facebook Messenger is best. Text is second best. It needs to be short enough they can read it on their phone without opening the message. They want to see it on the lock screen. They don't want to open it. Why? Because they're not going to respond right now, and they don't want you to see they've opened it because they don't want to feel guilty about it. This is the key, not making them feel guilty. Okay? So the 2 principles. Never ask them to do anything. Keep it short and sweet and written so they can see it without opening it. You guys do the same. You guys do it all the time, all day long, right? If you do those 2 principles, you won't be annoying. If you just use the scripts in Teamzy, that's already built that way. It's good to go. Okay, let me explain why this works. See, our subconscious mind runs us. 85% of everything we do comes from our subconscious mind. And you guys have heard this before, right? Think about it. Have you guys ever driven home, pulled into your driveway or your garage and thought, how did I get here? Right? It happens to all of us. Your subconscious mind can actually drive your car, get you to stoplights, everything. You weren't even awake. It runs us. And it's there. It's designed to protect us, to keep us safe, to keep this world something we can understand, right? And make sense of. So here's what happens. I'm talking to Jay. She's excited. Oh my gosh, this is great. She sees herself like me, like, oh wow, I can work out of a home office. I can be home with my family. I don't have to deal with this jerk boss anymore. This is great. By the way, I'm Jay's jerk boss, so maybe she's watching this and laughing at me. Anyways, she's thinking, wow, this is great. Then what happens? Her subconscious mind is already thinking this. No, I don't think so, Jay. That sounds pretty risky. That sounds kind of scary and unstable. You know what? Your boss is a jerk, but your paycheck comes every other week. It's guaranteed. It's stable. I think we're going to stay there, Jay. So Jay's excited. She goes to the opportunity call. She's even more excited. The next day, I message her. Boom, just checking in to see if you have any questions. She's like, oh yeah. She sees my message. For a split second, she's so excited again. She reconnects to that excitement and that hope and that she felt when we first spoke. And then her subconscious says, Jay, over here, and distracts her and says, she goes, oh, the baby's throwing up on the dog. I'll have to talk to Eric at another time and handle this right now. And she goes and handles whatever happened. The next day, I message her again. For a split second, I reconnect her to that hope. She's associating a good feeling with me and my messages. And yet something happens. Oh, it's dinner time. I can't respond right now. She goes about her day. This will happen over and over and over again. Her subconscious is protecting her from this decision. Now, why does it work between 7 and 10? Because after about 7 times, actually it starts happening around 5 or 6, the subconscious goes, every time she gets that message, she feels really happy and good. So it's probably not scary. And it stops defending her against it. Isn't this crazy how the human mind works? It's amazing, you guys. You have to love people through that process. Now, those defense mechanisms can be even more intense if that person has been through, which most people have, some sort of incredible challenge or has been, or somebody has violated their trust in the past or hurt them in the past, then those defense mechanisms will be even stronger. And they're at a subconscious level. You just need to understand that. That's the way human beings are. That's how we protect ourselves. So after about 5 follow-ups, you'll usually get 5 or 6, you might get your first response, which means that if you are following up 3 times, the vast majority of people will never respond to you. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with them. And all the stuff you made up about them not liking you, not respecting you, not being interested, being stingy, being broke, or having a jerky husband are just stories you made up to fill in the emptiness of the quietude. Okay? It's not true. You got to love them through this process. You just got to keep connecting with them in a friendly way. Just keep connecting with them. And then what happens is you get this response that's like this. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that I haven't responded to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for staying in touch with me. And you're like, oh, so I wasn't being the best. And then you keep going, you keep connecting, you keep connecting, you keep connecting. Does that make sense, you guys? It's so crucial. The following up is crucial. That's why we made it so easy in Teamzy, by the way. It's so easy. Let's go back to Teamzy. We'll finish this thing off and then I'll answer questions. Start loading your questions in the Q&A. It's underneath my face right here at the bottom of your screen. Start loading any questions you have and I'll answer them all before I go. Okay. So how do we finish this? We keep doing our follow-ups. Every time you do a follow-up for Jay or whoever it is, always set the next follow-up. If you don't set a new follow-up, they'll fall off your follow-ups list. So every time you log a follow-up, set the next one, okay? It doesn't have to be every day. You can start backing them off every 2 days after a while, whatever. Use your discernment. But every time you log a follow-up, set the next follow-up. I'm going to keep her on my follow-ups list until she converts. So what happens when she converts? Here's how we do it. I'm going to look her up, go to her record, boom. This time I'm going to log a sale. See this little button right here? Boom. What type was it? It was a distributor kit. She joined my team. Save it. Okay. This is just so Teamzy knows you got the sale. It tracks stats. Actually, on your business page, you can track your business and forecast with it. It's so cool. Now, I might add a tag, right? So of whatever it was. Let's say she bought Lash Boost if I was an RF person. Just put a tag of what the product was. It's great to have these tags because later you can search by them and see everybody who ever bought that product, which is kind of cool. Okay, so now what I want to do is on member type, I'm going to move her from prospect to distributor just by clicking it. Boom. Now she's on my team. She's not a prospect anymore, and she's personally sponsored. I'll continue to build my relationship with Jay, but she'll be on this list, the distributors list, not the prospects list going forward. Make sense? Okay. Do you guys have some questions? Load them into that Q&A, and I'll start answering them, okay? First thing I want to do, though, is give you your action steps for this call. Where are you? Give you guys your action steps. Okay. If you're not already on a free trial, go get your free trial. That's a no-brainer. It's free. I showed you how to use it. Go crush it for a month, build a ton of momentum, and then come be with us forever. We'll be happy to help you, okay? If you're already in your free trial and you're loving it, go ahead and set up your subscription, because you don't want any downtime when you're going to get locked out after 30 days if you don't create a subscription. So create it now. You won't get billed until after your free time's up, but you'll be locked in and you'll be ready to keep going, okay? So get that started. Also, I highly recommend you get a 30-day success partner to do your trial with you. Get somebody that you know. That could be somebody on your team. It could be a sideline person, somebody who's got an equal amount of motivation as you, and say, hey, let's do this together and hold each other accountable to get it done for 30 days. What I would like you to do with your success partner, besides meeting and strategizing and writing goals together, things like that, is just at the minimum, you take a screenshot every day of your completed Teamzy dashboard and you message it over to your team, to your success partner. What will happen is you may have days where you don't do squat, but you'll get that message from your partner, that photo of their work done, and it will motivate you to get yours done. We're so much better when we're accountable to other people. So do that. Okay, and then I'm going to give you another challenge. I'm going to give you the 5-day challenge, okay? I want you to connect with 100 people in 5 days. So that's exactly the rate of connecting that I demonstrated tonight, 20 a day. For 5 straight, but I want you to do it for 5 straight days, because I want you to feel the momentum you can create in such a short amount of time. You guys will have so many conversations going. It might actually be a little overwhelming at first, but I want you to understand that's what it feels like to have a full pipeline, and it's awesome. Okay, so who's in for the 5-day challenge? Awesome. Okay, so there's your action steps. Now, let me stop this share and let me check the Q&A. Okay, so what are the questions, guys? Pop them in there. This might be my easiest Q&A ever. Okay, well, that was easy. Okay, great. No questions. Must have been my best training ever. Thank you guys so much for being on this training. Was that helpful? Oh, here we go. Boom, I got a couple questions. Does this work if you have 2 network marketing organizations? Okay, we've got quite a few people. We've got quite a few people who are doing multiple companies with this. What you use is tags. If you go into the help center of Teamzy, I did a full training on using tags. Go watch that training. It's great, and you can use tags to tag your second business. However, at some point when you're serious, you're going to probably have to pick one to focus on. That's all I have to say on that. Okay. Becky says, no questions, but thanks for the training. You're welcome. What if you don't have a success partner? Eileen says. You got to find one. You got to meet one. You got to find one. Go on the Teamzy community and see if you can meet one. Talk to people on your team. Find someone who wants to do it with you. Okay. That's my best advice on that. But it definitely helps to find someone. And also, notice I said 30-day success partner, because you might not find someone who's a great fit, but so let's say, let's do this for 30 days. And then if you guys love working with each other, you can continue to be success partners. This gives you a chance to try people out. You know what I mean? It's like dating before you marry them. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. I hope this was really helpful to you. It's our goal that this tool will save you a ton of time, and it will help you change the heart of your business to one where you're really focused on helping people and building relationships, which is so much more rewarding. By the way, the results also are better that way. So thank you so much for joining. God bless you guys. Have an awesome night. We'll talk to you soon.